Hello and welcome back to Factorio Vanilla 1.0. In our last episode, we set up a new assembly for flying robot frames in preparation for building construction bots and logistics bots down here. But in order to get those going, we needed to have the red circuits that we made a couple of episodes ago getting sent to the mall to make specifically Roboports. But we also need red and yellow chests as well. So we're going to make all those things. Or we have made most of those things, but the Roboports take... Oops. Get out. There we go. Take not a small number of red circuits. They take 45 each. So it takes a little while to build these up. But we have 14 of them now, so I'm going to grab them. I'm also going to grab some... I must have missed a power pole. There it is. Some red chests. I'm not going to grab them all. Maybe let's do like half of each, just to not tax the red circuit line too much. Because as you can see, it's still only trickling in. And then we need to have one of them here. Okay. And then we need to place down more. So I want to put them here in this line where the power poles are. And I think I can just put one, the starting one, out here someplace. It should be good. And then I'll just put a power pole down to connect that guy up. We'll put it there. And then we need to continue them along, making sure that each Roboport is connected to at least one of the other ones in the network by the yellow dotted line here. So I'm going to put it there. Ooh, that's not good. I messed this up a little bit. Well, I guess I'll have to put this one out one more space. So I need to bring this down. You know what? I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to put these pipes here and then here and pull these out. Yep, that works. That way I can put the Roboport in right here. Yes, right here. I should have left 2 spaces between the last belt on the bus and the next. Oh, I can't put it there. It's got to go right there. And then I need a power pole. Doggone. Okay. I guess I could have moved that one over by one more also, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you get... The point here is to get a even stretch of Roboports along your bus line. And of course that hits the pipes as well. Let's put it there and there. And yes, we are losing a tiny bit of fluid possibly, but it's fine. Right there. And you can also put these a little more frequently as well. You don't have to make them exactly spaced at the maximum range. By putting them more frequently, you also help yourself. So maybe I'll just put this one here. You help the bots with the placement of stuff, or with their ability to recharge, I should say. Let's go there, and then I want to come in here and put down a couple. Okay, good. Put down a couple in here. So we need to put a little bit of space. I'm going to have to put one more in. I have to put one in. I didn't put a power pole to that one either. Doggone. Let's go here. Just kind of somewhat randomly. That must be powered in. This one can go... I'm going to put the power pole there so it connects to that pole instead of this pole. This one is connected via the corner of this power here. And then I want to put these down. These need to be 1, 2, 3 spaces away from these assemblers. And the reason being is I want to put a provider chest here in between. And then I want to put inserters going into the Roboport. And I want to do that on both sides here. Although, not exactly. Let's do that there, and then I'll do this one right there. Okay, so the next thing is I want to power these up, of course. Let's put a power pole there and there. Now they're powered. And I want to look at... Oh, we're low on power again. No, we're not. Oh, they're charging. Okay, I saw the red electricity bar there. It's like, But no, they just need to charge. They have internal batteries or accumulators that they use when they charge up the bots on these 4 corner posts here. So each Roboport can charge 4 bots. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these assemblers making bots and inserting them into the chest for storage. And then when we don't have a certain amount in the network, we're going to, you know what I need to do first? I need to do logistics robotics. Okay, let's do that one hopefully fairly quickly. While that's going, let's do the first part. We need to tie this inserter to the logistics network. So we click that little logistics network button and click connect. And then we need to say, okay, when there are... When there are construction robots, when there are greater than, I don't know, 200 construction robots in the network, then do not make any more. Do not put any more in this box. And then let's copy and paste this, and I just want to swap this around with the same restriction, except it needs to be Logipods. All right, and then we need to connect the Roboport to the inserter that's inserting into the Roboport. And when we connect the Roboport, we don't need to read the logistics network's contents. And this was my mistake. This was here all along. I didn't have to research logistics robotics for this, but I do want it, so I'm going to do it anyway. We want to read Roboport statistics, and that gives us these 4 output signals. Now, you can directly use these signals. So let's say if for construction robots, I want to have total construction bots T. I want to have T to be Nether here. I want this to be enabled until there are, I don't know, 2,000 construction bots in my network. Once there are 2,000, that's all I want to build. And maybe 2,000 is too much. Probably too much. Let's do 1,000. 1,000 construction bots in my network. Once there are 1,000, I don't want any more construction bots. You can do it that way. Another thing you can do is you can use decider combinators, which I didn't pick up any in the mall, but I can make some here very easily. And you can say, well, what if I want to have some, I'm just going to clear that flashy, some in the network, and I want to also make sure that I have enough free. You can connect the wires like this, and then connect the wires like this to these deciders, and available, I should say. So let's say I want to have at least let's see, I want this to be enabled. I want this to be enabled until there are, let's say, 500. So this condition is send out a signal, and we're going to output, you know what, I'm going to output a construction robot. Output 1 construction robot when T is less than 500. That means there's not enough of a total amount in here. And then I want to output maybe another single construction bot when, was it Z? I've forgotten already. Z is less than, I don't know, maybe 20. So the logic here is if there are less than 500 construction bots in the network, or there are less than 20 construction robots free in the network, then I want I want this to be enabled, this inserter to be enabled when there are, let's see, 2 of these when there are greater than 0 signals. And they're greater than 0 of those construction robot signals. So if there are less than 500, or there are less than 20 available, you're still just flashing about that, yeah. Then I want you to output these 2 signals, which tell me that we're not meeting the needs yet, and to turn this on because we have more than 0 signals coming into this inserter. And we'll get to see that work in a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and select this recipe, even though we don't have the red circuits coming down here yet. We also don't have anything being made yet, which I probably could go ahead and set up. You go there, even though those aren't what you want. You go there, and you go there. And now we're going to make these, and you'll see now... Wait, enable when it's less than 200, sorry. Now, there go the construction bots. They're going to go out and build something. Probably this. But they're going to go out and build something. They're going to fly their way... Oh, they're tearing down trees first. I don't have storage chests put out. Okay, we need to fix that also. They're going to complain for a while because I don't have storage for them to put the trees away in. But what I want to do here is actually change this slightly. I want to move... Or do I? No, actually I don't. Come here, bots. I just picked up the two bots by right-clicking them in midair. And now I want to put them in the box. I'm going to put this back. I lied. I don't want to change it. And I'm going to put this inserter sideways, just so that it doesn't start working right away. And then this is construction bots greater than 0. Alright. So once there are at least 500 construction bots in the network, or whenever there are at least 20, or there are less than 20 free, you can see that the construction bots in the network and the number free over there on the right-hand side, then this will work. And I want to do the same thing over here. And you can do this a little bit, you can do this kind of however you want, whatever conditions you want to meet. I'm just doing a little bit more of a complex condition because I think it's good educationally. Do that, and then we need to do this. Alright, so instead of T and Z, now we need X and Y. X is X is available logistics bots. So let's say we want to have X, which is available, is less than... No, you know what? I don't want this condition, actually. I just want to make this a direct condition. Because if there aren't logistics bots available, I don't want the network to grow infinitely. But for construction, it should be fine. You could also do a more complex thing where you said only work if they're if it's between 500 and 2,000, but once you get over 2,000, then you don't add any more, kind of thing. But I'm just going to do when total logistics bots, which is Y, is less than 100. Oops. And then that'll let the logistics bots in, and this needs to be flipped so that that works when it's less than 200, just like the other one. Okay, so that should work. And you can use the complex or the simple for both. It just depends on what you want in your network. And this is, of course, in the main bus network. There are, of course, other potential networks elsewhere in the base. And you need to worry about those as well. Or you may need to worry about those as well. We'll do that, and then that'll dump some of those red circuits in there and make some logistics bots. So we now have some bots complaining at us because, and I left my car down at the mall, so we have to walk down there, because I think it's down at the mall. Yep, it's at the mall. We now have the bots complaining at us because they don't have anywhere to put their stuff in the logistics network. I need to clean that junk up too. And then, so what I'm going to do is just take some of these yellow chests here, wherever they went, there they went. And I'm just going to replace these four with logistics storage chests. And that'll convert these regular old iron chests, effectively, into storage places for the bots to come to and drop those trees into and whatever else into, for now. And then later we'll do something else with them. So now we have, let me switch here, turn off the pollution, turn on the logistics network overlay. And now you can see we have an orange network, or an orange zone, and a green zone. The orange zone is also signified by where these dotted lines connect. In order for two reports to connect, their orange zones must be touching. Even corner-wise, like they can touch on a diagonal as well. But they have to be touching in order to see that yellow line. So the orange network is the orange zone is the logistics zone. That zone is the zone in which logistics bots operate, and is also the zone in which these chests can be placed. As you said, I barely made it here. The green zone is the construction zone, which includes the orange zone, by the way. So the construction zone is the area in which a construction bot can build something. So you need to keep those in mind as you're building your sort of, especially if you have a bus layout, as you're building your bot zone, so that you can, or your Roboport zone, so that you make sure that you don't make this too big for what you're doing in it, and also so that you make sure that you cover everything you want it to cover. So keep that in mind as far as logistics and as far as construction goes. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I need to put down, I'm assuming they ended up bringing those trees they were complaining about. Yeah, they're not hovering over there anymore, so they must have come over here someplace. They may have parked in this Roboport. They may not have. They may have parked in this Roboport. They did. So those three bots that tore down some trees came over here, dropped off their logs, all the wood in there, and then they came and deposited themselves here in that Roboport for future jobs. So the next thing we need to do, and I fortunately just learned this by watching Catherine the Sky's episode yesterday. Yesterday as I record this, a couple days ago as you watch this. The blueprint set that she provided doesn't includes this upgrade planner, which upgrades steel chests to buffer chests, which we don't have yet, and iron chests into requester chests, which we do have. The problem is places like here, where we have a steel chest, those actually need to be able for the bots to be able to pick up from them. And if you do the replacement right now without having buffer chests researched, then they can't. So what you could do here is we could take that upgrade planner, which also swaps out yellow belts for red belts, and swaps out all the yellow belt parts for the red belt parts, which I'm not sure that I want to do just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own upgrade planner. And I'm just going to make it do, and you got to be careful with this, but I'm going to make it do iron chests to passive provider chests. And I'm going to make it do steel chests to storage chests. And this is why you need to be very careful if you're going to do this. Storage chests by default will allow a robot to store anything they want into that chest. So if I do this, and there's a robot out there who wants to... I can't do that yet. I need to do one thing first. I need to do these chests first, down here. These ones first, and these need to be red. As you can see from this upgrade planner, they need to become red chests. I need to do these two first myself. And then these robots will come up here, and they will replace this steel chest with a storage chest. But caveat here, this is why you need to be very careful, is that robot could have put that chest, that steel chest, into this storage chest, which you do not want to happen. They also can put anything they want into this storage chest, which you do not want to happen. So if you're going to replace a chest with a yellow chest, you need to set the logistics filter to the item that you want that chest to be restricted to. So it's probably best to do these manually at this stage of the game, and then set that filter as soon as possible after you do this, after you put it down. And then also mouse over it and look up for any tasks where there's somebody coming to drop something off. Right now it's all just pickups or nothings, like there's pickup tasks here. If you see a drop-off task, a delivery task, I think is what it's called maybe. If you see a delivery task on that tooltip to the right there, watch for that chest to receive that item and then fix it. Otherwise, you will break yourself. So let's do the same thing here. We want red splitters, and we want red belts, and we want red undergrounds. Now, there's another way you can do this, and that is to take a storage chest, put it down, set the filter, and then cut it and paste it onto it. The problem with that is you can't paste over top of a steel... You can't paste a chest over top of a steel chest and have the bots replace that chest and then set that filter. It doesn't work. So you have to be really, really careful when you're doing that. These are all iron, so I'm just going to do those. These are iron. These are iron. These are iron. Can I do that one while it's still a ghost? Yes, I can. So we can have them go ahead and place those chests. Iron. Iron, iron, iron. This one is steel. Because this one we want, for example, the bots to bring the steel chests back to recycle them. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to quickly set this filter. Quickly set this filter, and then I'm going to check to make sure there's not any deliveries scheduled for it, and there doesn't appear to be. And then we'll upgrade this one as well. And I'm just going to circle through them all here and do the same thing. You see, this one is it's blue. We can't have that yet. That'll come later, and I don't even know what goes in that spot, but something obviously that requests something that's small enough amount that it was fairly safe to put a requester chest and have the logistics network handle it versus putting a... actually, those don't necessarily need to be requesters, but it doesn't... Or providers, but it doesn't hurt. And then we need to do this one manually. And then set this appropriately. Check the thing. No deliveries. Good. Now, the difference here is, yes, we are setting all of these to... they're picking them up. We've set all of these to be filters, but the bots won't put things here always by default. They will try to, usually, if the filter is set, but if for some reason they can't, they'll drop them in an unfiltered chest just as easily as a filtered chest. So this is not a guarantee that we'll be recycling those items right away. What it is a guarantee of is that the bots will only put that item in that chest when we have that filter set, and that they will try to put that item in here if they can, reasonably. Possibly, maybe, we'll see. So that's kind of the sort of logic, pun intended, behind the logistics chests. I'm going to leave these two alone because they're just there. I mean, you can make them requester or provider chests. It doesn't matter, but they're fine. They're there just as a buffer for these two assemblers, so they don't need to be. It would just maybe boost a little bit of your availability for yellow belts if the bots needed it. But I would rather have them sitting there as a buffer for those two than having the bots stealing it and then not being able to make undergrounds and splitters because the bots are stealing the belts too fast. Or too much or whatever. Too something. So that is kind of the basic Roboport network design, layout, whatever. The next thing I want to do is fix copper. And then there's going to be some other probably fixing going on, but copper's the big one here. Well, we already had copper ready to go, fixed-wise. Sort of ready to go. I have this. Let's do this. No, let's not. Let's see, we did. Let's do this. And then we'll go under here. And copper is right now in the last belt. So I'm going to take this one up. Okay, well, like, really? Good lord. I'm going to take this one up and put it right up next to that one. And I ran out of belts. So we have logistics bots in the network now, or at least we should. We do. We have 96 of them. So I can actually go to my logistics tab here, and I can start requesting stuff from the bots. Let's say I want to have a minimum of 400 yellow belts, but maybe I only want to have 500, and then I want it to take them back from me. That's what this maximum amount. So this is a minimum amount, and this is a maximum amount. You can click the checkbox, or you can press the Enter key, whichever you're more happy with, If you're editing this box by hand, let's say I wanted this to be 600 and I pressed enter, then I could just press enter again, and then that fixes that takes care of my request there. Am I standing in? No, I'm not. I need to go move into the orange zone because I must be in the orange zone for the boss to deliver to me. And now they're gonna, hopefully. Oh, I know why. I need to turn this on. Now they're going to be flying over to visit me. Here they come. Bzzz. Okay. And then let's do some more requests here while we're here. Let's do 50 to 100 of these. And then let's do... and I have 20 already. Let's do the same for this one. Why is that red? On the way, 0. Oh, because all the bots are in use bringing me belts. What else do I want? And you don't have to put these in row, in line, basically. Like, okay, I want inserters. Let's do that down here. I want to have 100 to 150 of these. Okay, and then I want to have maybe 100 to 200 of these. And then we'll do maybe 50 to 100 of these. And then the bots will come and deliver those things to me. And so you can group and you can add more rows here if you want. All kinds of crazy rows. And you can organize these however you want. I want to leave some space here for red belts for sure. But then maybe I'll put some other stuff over here, like maybe power poles. Let's say that I only want 50 to 100 wooden power poles. These ones I want 100 to 200 power poles. These ones I want to have probably 50 to 100 of these. Anything over that amount, by the way, if I had extra small electric poles, they would go into the trash slots, and the logistics bots would come and pick them up when I'm in the logistics network. Okay, so 3 more spots here for red belts. If I do make blue belts, once I get there, I'll just replace these with those. Probably, well, I don't know. We'll see. But you can organize this however you want. And you can also trash items that you don't want. So let's say I do the trash stuff next. So let's go here. I don't want any wood. 0, 0. Coal, let's say I want a little bit of it. Maybe 50 to 100 coal. But anything else, it just dropped all but 100 into the trash, and the bots will come and get it now. Stone, I want maybe just 50. If there's more than 50, then... Actually, I want 0 to 50. That's fine. Sometimes you need stone for some stuff, so I'd like to have it. This needs to be 0. This needs to be 0. This needs to be 0. Leave the fishes alone. So you can set trash filters that way as well. And I'll do some more as time goes by, but those are kind of the basics that I'd like to have. Maybe I should do something with iron and copper as well. Plates. Let's do that, actually. Let's say that I want 1 to 200 iron. Maybe just 100 copper plates at most. Steel, maybe just 100 of those at most. Plastic can be 0. Sulfur can be 0. And batteries can be 0. That'll be good. Also, if you wanted to see how much is in a stack, whenever you set a logistics filter, like say gear wheels, the number that comes up as the requested amount, by default, with the setting that I have turned on, assuming it's still there, I actually didn't look, it'll be 1 stack by default. So that's kind of just a little hint as well for you. So I think we've gotten everything now. The little icons here, the yellow icon, or the icon will turn yellow when a request is being fulfilled. The icon will go back to this gray color when it is fulfilled, and it'll be red when it cannot be fulfilled. Either because you're not in a logistic zone, or because there's not any in that logistic zone. And there's not any in that logistic zone. I don't have any whatchamacallit, any, Diesel Pete, Molly, you and your brain. I don't have any iron plates in the logistics zone. I can't do that. This needs to go like that. You go there, and there. Go right, and you proceed. And I'm going to have to change this around. Did I not copy paste the last one? No, I think I put it down manually. This needs to be changed a little bit, so I'm going to take these up like this, and then I can do this, this, that. That was the paste, by the way. This can go through, this can go through, this comes down, and then this goes like that. And now I'm back in the logistics zone again. So the bots came to me to pick up that copper that I have let go. One more. Paste there. You go there, 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 and there. Okay. Onward. And they're going to bring me belts and crap too as I use them. So it's a very useful thing to have logistics bots in your base. And having them, see, that one's chasing me down with a belt right now. Delete, 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 delete. There, there, paste. Okay. And this one goes here, by the way. Come and get me. Fast as fast can be. Never catch me. There, 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 there. Okay, maybe they will catch me. There, there, there. And then that's the end of the line, just like before. So all I did was I added that second line of copper. Now, of course, I don't have enough copper ore coming in. We need to go fix that. But this should take care of a large percentage of the temporary copper issues. But of course I'm starving it out because I'm splitting it here. So, yeah. So what I need to do next. What are you complaining? Oh, pipes. Did I not put... I didn't do that one. Okay, you guys can do that one. Let's grab that upgrade planner and do that. And we'll let the bots do that one. Boop. And now they're going to place those pipes. Okay, good. And that should be the last except for the blue chest. Alright, so as you guys... And you can see how painfully slow these guys are. Robot speed, the next one we can get is in yellow science. So we're going to have to work on that. But at least it's something. May not be great, but at least it's something. Let's come down here and put down some more miners. Because... Whoa. These ones are all dead. And by the way, I don't know if you saw, there were bots chasing me with stuff. And they couldn't get to me in time. See, this is 28. Well, this is 24. So we need to do another copy, another version of this line right here. But I also want to put some out there and also put some down here. You know what I didn't do? I didn't work on my personal Roboport and such. I will have to do that next. And there's the end of the miners. And then this goes here. That goes there. And I'll just cross-connect it just to be safe here. Oh, they're going to come and help. Oh, that's so nice of them. That's right, this is in the zone. You can see this is just barely in... Oh, it's in the construction zone completely. Oh, nice. Then I don't have to. It means they're going to come and put the belt down for me and everything. Good bots. Okay. That one's done too. Alright, they should be coming with belts next. And then this one, I can just take this out and split it, merge it in. How many miners? 30 exactly. We are at mining bonus. Where's my bonuses? Mining bonus 10%, or did we do the 20% already? I can never. Oh, there's 20%. So that means that each miner counts as 1.2. So that means that if you do 30 divided by 1.2, you get 25. So we actually only need 25 miners for a full yellow belt of ore. And so we have, if I do that, we have this one covered by 27, and this one covered by 30. 27 and 30 is 57. Yes, yes, okay, good. So we're actually good to go on that. And now I want to do this and run the second belt. And I'm just merging them together there, or balancing them together, just to make sure that they help each other out a little bit. But we have 57 and we only need, whatever I said it was, 25 times 2. So we only need 50. So we have a little bit of surplus here, which is good. Enough for 2 belts worth at least. And then we can keep on trucking down the line till I run out of belts. At least there weren't any trees in the way. That's good. And I ran out of belts, as predicted. So if I get close again here, they should start throwing crap at me. You can see the zones, by the way, if you mouse over a Roboport, as well as going into map mode. So you can see where you're at with this. The other thing that I wanted to do is I want to look down here, because there should be a section of the mall that has the personal equipment in it. Is that in the advanced mall only? It might be. Let's see, that's here? No. We need to make this modular armor, which means I need 30 red circuits. That's the first thing. And then we need personal Roboports, which means I need all those other things. I think we'll do that in the beginning of the next episode. And then I can have my own personal robots that build stuff from my own personal inventory. Without having to rely on the bases network and any issues that may cause. Like making the bases network too big, for example. Okay, so let's just hook this up, and then I think we will finish here. Having a base or a bus-wide, for the most part, Roboport network. Let's maybe put another one out here someplace, just to kind of cover this little bit at the end here. And then, and that also means that we now have a. Wait, is that ore coming? Yes, it just takes. It's slower than I walk. So we now have a little bit more supply of copper, thanks to the work we just did. And we have now mostly a bus-wide logistic and construction network that we need to expand. I'm going to expand it up here into oil, probably. I could potentially expand it to make sure that this entire copper ore patch was covered, and even go up here into the iron patch, maybe. But I won't go too far. Maybe I'll probably cover this area. Or no, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just use my personal bots for this. Maybe even for those two. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll keep this network kind of small so that I have to come back here to get stuff with the logistics bots, but I don't have to stretch my network too thin. So we're going to leave this here. In the next episode, we'll do the personal equipment and the personal whatnots. And then I think we're probably going to work on some military stuff, because as you can see, these are now collecting some pollution, and they're going to start attacking again. We're going to need to wall off something in this area somewhere, because these guys are going to start attacking up here. We're good on the western front right now. We're good on the northern front right now, but this eastern and southeastern front are really going to be bad pretty soon. So good thing we have a wall there and some turrets there already, but I would like to work my way toward more military stuff and including the lasers we researched the last time and the flamethrower turrets we researched recently as well. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.